Tabalang logoy chada tinyage agabati set ko eniguni ko kwet not nebo governor again emoni ko eniguni ko machamote not nebo police and I tarjin set mote na police en mo agule tiamet not nebo baisen ke bagenga aksana tayek nebo ko na michega ole betuni ton enegi moch ko brasta gele mapendi ko tata tap committee not na chigili baiset not nebo achep kondo get serikali sega chebo counties akot ko not go mo governor choton gole magi moch ke gochi ana magi moch ke gochi warrant nebo as governor nebo county nebo Nairobi naton go Johnson Sakaja en kasta naton mai much na en kasta naton go tom go tait naton nebo bunge nebo senate asige much ke tepsen inedata ole moy gole en ko kwet naton nebo governor ega ko kai much ko gimit te lenywan en moy gole mabendi ko tait naton nebo committee naton tinye geya ak paisit naton nebo chip kondo ko geista senator ega ngwan en committee naton en moy gole inyolile ichek ana nyolile ichega en kastanat nega imuch ko tait nebo committee ichota na sige tepsin electoral loita baisioniga en serikali sekeba counties.
How is it that these grave matters raised by 43 out of 47 governors, about 4 out of 67 governors, 64 out of 67 senators cannot be heard? You know, when we're being grown-ups as governors here, we're being grown-ups. If we were not conscious of protecting the integrity of that house, we could have played it out in the public court with respect to evidence that we have. But we are not here to, kill each other as institutions. We kept being reminded that Senate has the powers of a High Court judge in summoning. Have you ever seen a High Court judge behaving in court the way some of these senators behave in Senate? If you want to be respected, if you want to be given the respect of a High Court judge, you must behave the way High Court judges behave in the court. We are not disputing Senate's powers to summon. And in fact, when you are summoned, they say you are supposed to be escorted to the Senate. So which Senate committee operates at night? And we sought audience with the leadership of the Senate. And we continue to seek audience. And in principle, certain members of the leadership continue telling us, yes, we hear you, we need to talk. But on the other hand, the committee continues behaving in a very intransigent manner, and they continue to embarrass themselves. Because when you summon governors and they don't show up, or those who show up refuse to prosecute the matter, they're also embarrassing themselves.
Kasaratan rubiyo tam na banga chirete en gokwet na tana governor ne neko governor na county na badarakani de motomin joke ko gimiti agine gole magat ke gergele kagi much ke sta natan go senata ik angwan chota jama gole ko much ko monka inute kwa ga se go testai ko titan tai na tana ba committee na ba chigele na ba waiset na ba chief conduct.
There's a time in this country when politics were at reach fever peak, and we used to have a Kamata Friday. And I think that is what is being brought back through the back door by the Senate. And if it were possible for that committee to write to governors and say, we have invited you to come and speak, however, the following 4 senators will not be in the committee, we will appear. Because that is our problem. Because you cannot continue engaging people who engage you on a different level that is not lawful with impunity. It is not possible. 67 senators, only 4 have a problem, and the whole Senate, including the Speaker, decides to sacrifice a very serious exercise by refusing to give us an audience to discuss our engagement the way forward with these 4 senators out of the way. let our administration, including the police, not be used by politicians to settle political scores. I've listened to what the senators sometimes say, that we would like a certain governor to be brought in chains in front of Senate committee. How do you bring a governor in chains in front of a committee? How does that contribute to engagement in terms of oversight with the Auditor General and the Senate? Because that sounds like a war. It sounds like a fight. You can take the donkey to the river, but you can never force it to drink. Up until when we have an audience with the Speaker and the leadership and settle this cause, or rather settle this matter, we will continue staying away from the SIPA committee, but will appear on all other committees of both the Senate and the National Assembly. Even that SIPA will appear if the 4 members of the Senate, of the SIPA committee, which we have already named in public,